Hi guys, it's Nancy, and this is going to be a quick video using the Simon Hurley new 6x6 stencil mask. This is great. I have been looking for something like this for quite a while. This one is called the Rectangle Blends because I used to make a whole bunch of quick cards. Basically, I just used tape, and I would tape off a little area and have a border. And this is great that this is already done, and the corners are actually marked off. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me take a little black pen here. The corners are marked off so that you can line your paper up so that it's straight. So this is already cut into the stencil. So that makes it a lot easier. It does also come with the mask, which is nice. I am going to spray the back of mine with a little bit of pixie spray off to the side here. And you want to give that pixie spray a little bit to kind of dry, and that'll make it tacky. If you try to put it on your paper wet, it won't work. I have some ink colors out here. I'm going to be using the new Shooting Star, Over the Moon, and Roar as my blending colors. And I have a piece of hammer mill paper cut down to 5.5 by 4.25. So I'm going to just line that up here on my desk. And again, you can see right through it. This is also the perfect size. I know Simon's done quite a few videos using his stamping foam, but I'm just going to show you how to do a really quick and easy scene. So I have that pixie spray on there. It's holding the paper down. And I'm going to start with the Shooting Star, which is the brightest, newest color. It's bright yellow. And I'm using my domed foam blenders. You can pick these up at Ranger or at scrapbook.com. I will link those for you. And I'm just going to go in the bottom third and put that color in. And I do want it to be pretty saturated. This is so much easier than having to get washi tape out or purple tape out and try to figure out the best way to line this up, because it's automatically done. All right, so once we're done with Shooting Star, we're going to go in with Over the Moon. I'm going to use the same blender, and I'm going to go blend into the upper portion here. A little bit of that. And last but not least, I'm going to go in with Roar, which is a nice bright orange, and continue my blending here on the top. Okay, and I'm going to nicely blend that into Over the Moon, and then go down and blend Over the Moon into the Shooting Star. You see how nicely these inks blend. They are so smooth. Nothing special needed, you guys. No tricks or anything like that. Okay? That's it for the blending. All right. I'm going to bring in the new stamp set. This is my favorite stamp set from Simon. He knocked it out of the park for me, as you guys know. I'm a fisherman, so we're going to bring in this lighthouse and the fisherwoman here. This is the Nature Silhouettes stamp set. I did make a video before with the trees and the mountains. I have not made a video, although I have used this stamp set a few times already. So some of you may have already gotten cards from me with this. And it fits perfectly inside there. Okay. And I'm going to bring my mini Misty in. And I'm going to pick this whole thing up, and look at that. It fits in there. Oh, it's a little big. We're going to have to bring Big Mama Misty out, or Tim Holtz, whatever you got. All right, so this is an old original Misty. Okay, so fits in the corner there. And again, I'm just going to line my stamp up, and you can feel the kind of the grooves in the stencil. So it'll go in there perfectly. Okay. Close the door. Pick the stamp up. And I'm going to use my VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink just because it is a super dark black ink. It won't stain my photopolymer stamps and it'll give me a nice impression. You can use whatever black ink you have. It'll probably take a couple of impressions, but this is a nice dark pigment ink. Oops. All right, we're going to stamp that again. Let me put everything back in the corner here. And before I stamp it again, I am going to clean off my stamp just to make sure there isn't any residue or anything. Sometimes that helps when you're doing silhouette images. We have a couple of spots here and here and here that need to be re-stamped. All right, that is very nice. Okay, let me move my little Misty out of the way here. You do want to give that pigment ink a second to dry because it does stay wet for a moment because it is pigment ink. You don't want to touch it or smear it, so just give it a moment to dry. Then you can do your sentiments. I like nature is calling and I must go. This is my life, you guys. Okay. Now a couple things you can do for the outside edges. I'm happy with the way that that's blended and stamped. You could actually go in now with the mask. So once I remove this, you guys will see that is perfect now to put on a card base. You can go in with the mask and then do a stencil on the outside. So if you had a decorative stencil you wanted to use, I thought that would take away from my image. So all I'm going to do is take some blue ink. This is no diving. And I'm just going to lightly go around the edges. Just a little bit to give it some color. I don't want the blue to take away from my stamped image or my ink blending. So just slightly just doing the blue. Very, very light. But these are very simple ways to make cards just by doing some ink blending and then stamping in the center there. And it looks like you took a lot of time to tape off the edges and to, you know, line everything up and measure it. And you didn't have to do that because the stencil makes it very easy for you. Or vice versa, if you wanted to do something on the edges, again, you would just use that mask, put a little non-permanent adhesive down, stick that down in the middle there, and you would have been able to block that off and then stamp on the outside. So that's another option that you have. So then we're just going to put that down on our card base. That was a very simple, very easy card to make. So again, I used the brand new 6x6 stencil end mask from Simon Hurley Create and the brand new stamp set called Nature Silhouettes. You can see that here. And I used 3 of the new ink colors, which were No Diving, Shooting Star, and Roar. So you can check all those out. I will link them down below for you. I'll have the scrapbook.com or the Ranger links for you. Here's the card that I made. Don't forget while you're there to pick up some of these domed blending tools. They work fabulously. You will see that your blending will be much nicer when you use them, but I'm pretty happy with the results. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, post them down below in the comment section, and I'll list everything in the description for you. Thanks for watching, and keep on stamping. Bye-bye.